Hello, welcome to Tim Anderson Horse Training. Today I want to talk about collection. Big mysterious word. A lot of people don't understand what collection is. We're going to talk about it. I'll break it down as simple as it can be. It's actually pretty simple. The reason most people have trouble is they make too much of it. Break it down simple, and I'm going to talk to you about why collection is so important. I just got on this horse. I'm walking him around. If you notice, his nose is kind of tipped out and the fly is bothering him. Nose is tipped out a little bit, and I can tell when he's in his walk, his steps are a little hard. His nose is out, his back is a little bit inverted. The neck being up or down and the back doesn't necessarily be an indication of each other. But when the nose is out, a nose out is generally going to indicate a hollowed out back. And by hollowed out, I mean a back that curves this way as opposed to a back that curves that way. If you think about which is stronger, if his back curves up, that is going to be a lot stronger than a back that curves down. When a back curves down, that is considered hollowed out. When a back curves up, that is part of collection. That's not all of it, but that's a part of it. That's probably the most important part of it. There are some other parts of the body that indicate when the back is up. His steps are going to indicate when the back is up. When his back is in a curve, his hip is engaged, and he's actually, where he sets his back feet down, they're going to be further forward in relation to his front feet. So as I'm walking, pay attention to where he puts his back feet down in relation to where his front feet are. As I'm walking, I'm going to take a hold of his face a little bit, and I'm going to take my spurs and just gently pick his back up a little bit. This can be done without spurs, but by using spurs, you don't have to work as hard. And I can take those spurs and just lift, take a hold of his face, and lift. Right there. Now I brought his chin in, his back is elevated. I actually felt it lift, and he was traveling more collected. When he travels more collected, his body is in a better position to do the maneuvers that I would ask him to do. He's better positioned to stop on his back end. He's actually much better positioned to carry me. One of the big things I see is a horse that's inverted and a rider that don't want to use spurs to pick the back up, but the horse's back is sore. That's something that you really help the horse out by using the spurs, picking the back up, and teaching that horse to carry yourself correctly. And when I'm doing that, these muscles right here down his back, I'm strengthening those muscles up, which is kind of like us doing exercises to support our back. It strengthens those muscles, and just like we would have less back problems, they have less back problems if you get those muscles stronger. I'm not a vet, and my experience with kissing spine disease is very limited, but the two horses that I have personal involvement with that had kissing spine, both of the riders let their horse carry themselves inverted and not collected. Now, whether that had anything to do with the kissing spine, I have no idea. I'm not going to say that it did, but to me it has to have played a part in it. So I don't know, but that's something that kind of makes me think, well, this is a pretty big deal. Might not be related, but I'm thinking there might be some correlation there. There are a lot of other issues that making your horse carry collected helps. By getting him to round his back and engage his hips, he's actually carrying more of his weight on his back end. I lost it there we go. He's actually carrying more of his weight on his back end, less of his weight on his front end. So when he is collected, there is less chances, doesn't eliminate the chances, but there is less chances of injuries in the front end. The back end has a lot stronger muscles, a lot bigger muscles, and muscles that are a lot more capable of carrying the horse's weight and body and working the muscles in his front end. A horse that's collected properly and using his muscles properly is better suited to do pretty much any job that you ask the horse to do. Whether you're showing in an event or if you're just trail riding, you're going to have a lot less back issues with your horse, even just trail riding, if he's carrying himself correctly. So you always want your horse to travel collected, using his body correct and efficiently. Now I'm going to just touch on how you start collection. So today's video is in response to a conversation that I had with somebody. We were talking about collection. What is collection, how to start collection, and when to start collection. I had that conversation with somebody and I wanted to do a video so I could show a little bit more. If you have any comments about collection or questions about any other thing, put it in the comments box below and let's have a conversation, and if it might be a subject that I need to do another video on. What I want to do, you notice I've been walking this circle. Just kind of walking a small circle, and I'm using both spurs to kind of drive forward. Every time his head goes out or his nose goes out, I'm just giving him a little bit of touch with the spur. Not squeezing hard. I'm not doing anything that I couldn't do with my heel. The only difference is I'm able to just do it with a touch, where if I had heel, I would have to start kicking, and I don't want to kick. If I go to kick and my leg comes off and I start doing this, then he's going to start knowing that that kick is coming, and then that's not going to go well after that. That's why doing this with spurs isn't absolutely necessary, but it helps it a whole bunch with you and your horse. So if I have a horse that doesn't want to collect, or a young horse, this is something that I do with a horse. Just as soon as I get on his back, I start asking him to use his body correctly. Because when you start riding a young horse that's never been ridden before or hasn't been ridden much, he doesn't know how to carry the weight. He's not going to carry his body very efficiently. So the first thing I'm going to do is start building these muscles up so that I don't start with back problems right off the bat when I'm starting a young horse. So as I come around, what I'm going to do, my first step in teaching collection, I'll come around so you can see. I'm going to take my inside rein, whatever direction I'm bending is the inside rein. I'm going to lift that rein, and I'm going to take the spur on that side and push and lift. See how my leg is pushing and lifting. My spur pushes in and then lifts up. What I'm doing there is taking this shoulder, lifting and pushing it across. So in the process of lifting that shoulder and pushing it across, I'm shifting the weight back to the back end. I'll show you again. Take a hold of his face, push, lift. See, when I lifted, what he did with his leg, he took that left front leg and kind of put it over and in front of the right front leg. Let's work the other direction a little bit. That is the very first step for teaching collection. Basically, I'm asking one side to pick up and collect up. I don't ever start by taking hold of their face with both reins and squeezing or bumping or kicking with both legs. That's too much for a new horse that doesn't understand. See, now I changed directions right there, and he kind of got his nose out and was looking around. I just kind of set my hands and just used my spurs to just kind of drive him up on the bridle. Just ask him to lift and engage his back end. I've talked a lot about I never ask my horses to disengage their back end. This is all part of that. It all ties together. Everything that has to do with my training program all ties together. So now I'll lift, whoop. He kind of poked his nose out. I'm going to walk another circle. Get him walking forward a little bit. Lift my right hand, push with my right spur. Push, 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 back in my circle. When I'm first starting a horse, just one step, and then I'll release. I won't ask anymore. He knows what I'm asking for, so I'll ask for more. I'm lifting that shoulder, building this muscle on this side when I'm asking with the right spur. Asking him to collect on the right side. I call it a one-sided collection. The leg yield, it's all basically the same thing. I'm asking him to engage his right hip, lift his right shoulder. Push, 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 push. Push. See right there, I'm setting my hands, but I'm not pulling him anymore. But when I lift his shoulder, his nose comes in. His nose comes in, then I actually get that engagement in the back end. Whoa. So that's how I start teaching collection. That's why collection is so important. In my opinion, the first thing you need to teach your horse when you get on his back is to teach him to round his back and collect up. I didn't mention this horse's name. This is Ringo. You've seen him in quite a few videos. And if you want to see more videos of Ringo, I'll put a link up to the top. Until next time, thank you for watching.